Good morning, everybody. Today is Saturday, May 10th, 2014. I haven't been on here in a really long time. I think it was a couple weeks before my wedding last time I was on here. So I'm just going off memory. So if I overlap on some things, I'm really sorry. I'm just going to try and take it from where I left off. I think I left off anyways. So last time I was on here, it was a couple weeks before my wedding. Actually, today is, I've officially been married for 2 months. March 10th was our wedding date, so yay. I'm going to touch base on, my wedding, just because some people were curious, so I'll try not to spend too much time on it. We had a lot of fun. It was so exciting. My whole family in one room. It was so amazing. And it was beautiful, but it went by way too quickly. I didn't have time to spend time with anybody. It went by too fast. Anyways, I just wanted to, some people were wondering, so I just wanted to show a couple little photos that I have printed off, which if I was tech savvy I would have made them flash across the screen and stuff like that, but I'm not, so I'm just going to show you the printouts. I don't know if you can see them or not. That's us. This guy in the middle, which is obviously our officiant, he is actually my brother. He went online and got his officiant degree, I don't know what it's called, so that he could marry us, and he did a very good job. He was super serious, and my brother's not a serious person, so it was it was nice. He made a couple jokes, and it turned out really well. I was really excited. And the reason I'm showing you this one is because it's really funny. James got really nervous right before the ceremony, and if you look at his face, you can tell he's just so nervous, like he's sweating, and it was super cute, but he got over it. This is just a little cute one where we kissed, and he said something to make me laugh while I was putting his ring on. We had a really good time. It was just it was very laid back, and everybody just was so, I don't know, it was just a very happy occasion. And I know weddings are supposed to be, but I don't know. This is us walking out, and then, I'm sorry if I'm shaking, and then this is, I just love this photo of us. The photographer must have snapped it as soon as we were walking out of the room, but he did a very good job. I love that photo. And then I was so very excited for my cake because I got a fountain in there, so this was my cake, and if you're wondering, that is definitely Star Wars characters on the top. It's James's favorite, so I figured I'd do something for him. And there's my fountain. It looks so pretty. I love it. Here's a close-up of the fountain. Just the fountain. My cake decorator actually set that up and everything, and she put the purple color dye in there. I wasn't even going to do that, but I love it. She did such a good job. And then there's just 2 more, and then I'll move on. So there's that one. It's another one of my favorites. That was not posed at all. It just so happened that the photographer caught us in a moment. So that's why I like that so much. And this was on our first dance. Him tilting me over and kissing me. So I thought that was cute too. Anyways, so it was a really good time. We had a blast. There was a handful of us that stayed up late till 3 o'clock in the morning, and the security got called on us twice. So they escorted us to our room, and everybody else had to leave and go to their rooms and stuff like that. So it was fun. The after pictures are really funny. But anyway, so after that, I started going back to the doctors and stuff like that, and I don't know if it's supposed to help with the endometriosis to where it doesn't grow back. So I was on that for up until last month. I think I stopped taking it around like the 12th or something last month. And the reason why I stopped was because my pill packet was over. And he only wrote me a prescription for 3 months. So when I called him to get a new prescription, they told me that I was due for a pap smear. So I had to go in for a pap smear. So my birth control lapsed, which wasn't a big deal. I mean, it's not like we were scared of getting pregnant or anything. So, anyways, so he wrote me a prescription for that, and we started doing the test right away for IVF. I don't know how far you guys have watched, or maybe this is your first time ever watching me, but we, after rigorous tests and surgeries and stuff like that, the doctor decided it was best for us to go ahead and move forward with doing not only IVF but ICSI. Because of James's sperm count, we have to do ICSI. So, and we have to do IVF because of my issues. So it just kind of works out. So the doctor wanted to use donor sperm, and I'm not sure, and I apologize. I'm going to assume that I have mentioned that. If I haven't, then I'm going to just briefly, with James's, he was looking at James's previous sperm results and specimen results, I'm not sure what to call it, and he decided that they were too low, and that if it came to that day where it was transfer time and James didn't produce any good sperm, that we needed a sperm donor backup, and it scared us. That was something we were not prepared for at all. So we just, that was before the wedding, so I'm positive I would have told you guys about it, but neither here nor there. But my new doctor wasn't the one that did his results. It was my old doctor. So when I went back in and I started talking to him, before he told me to start my new birth control that he's got me on, he wanted to do a blood test on me to see if I was ovulating, and then he wanted to also get a new sperm count on James. Not before I started my birth control, just to have it, because it's been a while since we've done one. So he just wanted to do his own, which I completely agree. I trust this doctor 100%. So I agreed with him. So I went and did my blood test. I believe it was on the 29th of April, and then I did another one on the 5th of May. So on the 6th of May, or the 7th of May, I called the doctors, and I found for a half a second, it upset me, because that's just another obstacle that we have to face. It's one thing after another. It's the PCOS, then the endometriosis, then it was stage 1 endometriosis, then stage 4, then it was the endometrioma, and then it was the ovary sticking to the fallopian tube in the bowel. I had a doctor trying to take out my fallopian tube. And now I'm not ovulating. So it's just one thing after another. So for half a second, I let myself grieve over my non-ovulating ovaries. And then I picked myself back up, because it's not a big deal. With IVF, since we're doing IVF, it's not a big deal. I should say it that way. Because the medication that they're going to give me is going to make me ovulate anyways. So, I mean, it's kind of moot point anyways. So James went in for his test. What's today? Today's the 10th. James went in for his test on the 8th, which was the very next day, and I told the doctor, I said, James will be in for his test tomorrow. And he said, great. So, James went in for his test, and he did what he needed to do. And this is now the third test that he's had to do. If you haven't watched my newer episodes, or oldest, I should say, then he had his first one and it was inconclusive. And because the count was so bad, they couldn't even tell us. I mean, it was bad. So they wanted to do a recount. So they did another one. And if you're not familiar with what the sperm count should be, it is 10 million per milliliter or something. I'm not sure what those ones are, but I just know the count. It's supposed to be 10 million. So the second time that he went in, it was only 1,000, and not all of them were moving. Some of them were missing tails. Some of them were deformed, and they said that he had a lot of debris. And I asked her what that meant, and she said, there's not much sperm, it's just a lot of junk. Okay. So anyways, so that was hard, and that's why the doctor wanted to use a sperm donor as a backup plan. So when he ordered his new test, it was so scary. I was really scared that it was going to come back like it was the first time, and that would confirm our worst fears. So I got a phone call from the doctor the next day. He's very, very good at calling me back. I would just like to say that. My other doctors, I had 3 other doctors before him, and I couldn't get them to call me back. I couldn't get them to do anything for me. Getting them to call the insurance company was like asking them to pull their own tooth with a pair of pliers or something. But Dr. Valutis is an amazing doctor. He goes above and beyond, and I don't know what I would do without him. Honestly and truly, he's been a godsend to our family. So anyways, so he calls me at noon the next day, which was yesterday, and James's new count is 6 million. It is still low. It's still low, and the doctor did stress that it is still a low sperm count. You're supposed to have 10 million, and only 50% of them were moving. So technically, he only has 3 million. And I asked the doctor. I said, "Well, what does this mean? Does he need to go for testing? Do we need to find out why it's doing that?" And he said no. He said this is good news. Now this does vary from every day, so I mean it could be different on a different day, but it's enough to do what we need to do. So sperm donor is off the table, which it never really was on, to be completely honest. But it's off the table as far as the doctor goes. So we were very elated to hear that. It was a huge weight has been lifted off our shoulders. It was amazing. And then the next thing is that so the next step is we're just actually waiting on my insurance company, because my insurance company does cover IVF, but what I didn't know is that they only cover certain providers for IVF, and my doctor checked, and none of them are in Kentucky, and I live in Kentucky. So he is actually fighting with my insurance company right now, trying to get them to allow him, which I thought was a big deal. I thought there was no way. He was like, well, hopefully they'll make an exception for you, or maybe I can get added on their provider list or something like that. So I thought it was a big deal, but apparently she emailed him back, and he just has to fill out a bunch of paperwork, which I should say just fill out a bunch of paperwork, but he's got tons of other patients, so him doing this for me is a huge deal. It's not just him filling out a bunch of paperwork. It's him going above and beyond. So he said we should have an answer sometime next week, and then we can get my medication ordered. So that's really exciting. I'm thrilled and scared and excited, and I don't know. So I'm really happy though. I'm so ecstatic. But I won't know anything until next week. But right now my transfer date is next month in June. So yeah. Come March I could have a baby. Hopefully. I'm trying honestly to stay grounded about the whole thing because first of all, I know IVF doesn't always work. Second of all, my BMI is higher than what it needs to be. So it lessens your chance of IVF actually taking. And third, I have a lot of damage done to my uterus and my ovaries and fallopian tube. So it's going to be harder for me than most people. And even if it does take, there's a very strong possibility of miscarriage because of the damage. So I'm trying to stay grounded. I really am. But this is like our only chance. Literally, it's like our only chance. So we've only got enough money. My insurance covers $27,000, but after the medication, after everything, it's going to be around $15,000 after freezing my eggs and stuff like that. So, excuse me. So, we've got one shot. Now, after that, we can try insemination and stuff like that, which we will, but this is our best bet, and we're putting all of our eggs in one basket, so to speak. So, anyways, I'm a little nervous about that, I'm not going to lie. It's kind of scary. Anyways, I just wanted to show you the medication that I'm on right now. It's not any kind of fertility medication. He wanted me to start my birth control again. He said that he was going to have me do that anyways, because that's one of the processes of IVF, I guess. So, it's just a little packet. It looks like this. It's Organon, I guess is the name of it. I don't know, maybe I'm saying it wrong. But it's just, I just started it the other day when we talked on the phone. So, here's my birth control. He prescribed me these, I don't know why I'm drawing a blank, prenatal pills. They're called Natalvert. I'm not sure. I threw away the package, so I'm sorry, but that's the vitamin, and then these are, it's the prenatal, and then this is like an extra vitamin, like a fish capsule or something like that. I don't know, but it tastes really, really bad. It's terrible. And then I'm also on vitamin D because, excuse me, I'm so sorry. My vitamin D levels were really low, so he's got me on those for now. But anyway, so that's pretty much about it until next week. So we're just waiting on the insurance company before we can order the pills or order my medication, which I believe from watching other people's video it's estrogen, progesterone, Lupron, and I think I'm missing something. But estrogen and progesterone, I'm pretty sure everybody knows what those are, the hormones. Lupron is actually a medication that makes you not It's like a medically induced menopause. It's to make sure your body doesn't do anything before the doctors want it to do it. So I'm pretty sure that at that point they give you something, maybe Clomid, something maybe like that to make you ovulate when they want you to. So I'll get a list of all that stuff next week, as long as everything goes okay with the insurance company. So I will let you know as soon as I know something. Today's Saturday, and I'm really sorry, I just looked at the clock. This has been a 20-minute video, so I apologize for that. Next time it won't be so long. It's just I haven't been on here in so long. So I will keep you guys updated. I'll let you know as soon as I know something. Hopefully I'll know something by Wednesday of next week. So thank you guys for watching, and I'm sorry the video was so long. And I will try and catch up on everybody's videos this weekend because I haven't had time with the wedding and stuff. So thank you guys so much, and have a good weekend.